Welcome to another edition of 822 News for Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. I'm Julian Cruz. This news streaming service is geared to keep you informed of developing and interesting news stories affecting the Belizean society. 822 News has been created to offer an outlet and invite individuals to share newsworthy issues which impacts us all as a people. Now, your news. Industrial action is in full effect as striking teachers are absent from online classes and have stopped going to physical classes. Many teachers are still at their job, though exact numbers are not available. Also, since Monday, government offices are still open, meaning that many public officers are on the job. There are, after all, over 15,000 public officers to count. So what is the end result of the strike? When asked, the APSSM President Sharon Fraser stated that even though government offices remain open, because not every member of the public service is a member of the PSU, that they can still stand in solidarity with the strike action to come out to participate, to let everyone know what their position is in relation to what is that the trade unions are asking for. Additionally, with a limited presence from the PSU, the brunt of the strike action falls heavily on the BNTU, as it always does. But what will be the consequence for the teachers who are not at work? When the question was posed to executive members of the union about whether they were concerned about their salaries being docked, they responded that it was a possibility, but one worth the risk. Senator and BNTU President Elena Smith clarified that as far as they are concerned, the ministry has no say in the docking of their salaries. We quote, "We are aware that the ministry has been requesting managing authorities to do so. That is not the job of the ministry. It is the job of the managing authority, and they should not be asked by or any other entity to do that or encourage or whatever word we want to use. Nobody should do that. It should be them alone making that decision." End quote. Whether teachers' salaries will be docked, they will know by next payday. On a supportive note, the Nurses Association have also joined forces with the union activities. Some have even come out to participate in protest actions over the past couple of weeks. Although the law prohibits essential service personnel from striking, nurses are showing their support with a go slow. And despite what they perceive as the threat of victimization, they will remain steadfast. Darrell Spencer, president of the Nurses Association, stated, and we quote, "That has been advised to nurses across the nation. I don't see this as a government that will take protest, that will take the talk, and that will take any decent conversation. This seems to be a government that is hell-bent on doing things the wrong way. So nurses need to step out and start showing that we are important in this discussion and that we are important in the progress of our country. We have instructed all nurses across the country that while we did our work to rule and while we ventured into a go slow, the lives and well-being of our citizens are always at heart. We will never lose focus to that, and we have instructed that a team is always there. Nurses are always on the ward for emergency purposes. We will not sit by and watch our citizens or friends or relatives die." End quote. This is a bold step that the association has taken in this type of industrial action. Spencer said he hopes it's not the last and that in the future, if necessary, the nurses will continue to march alongside the unions. And now here is some good news for union and employer negotiations. The Belizean Communications Workers Union and BTL yesterday signed a 4-year collective bargaining agreement with BTL for its 229 members. According to a release from the Ministry of Labor, both parties, quote, "negotiated provisions to maintain and enhance the good relations in dealing with the unprecedented labor and commercial challenges brought about by COVID-19, end quote. The CEO of BTL, Ivan Isacom, signed the CBA along with the president of the BCW, Mark Gladden. The Minister of State in the Ministry of Labor, Ramiro Ramirez, was also present. We'll go for a break and we wrap up with more news. Stay tuned. from April 29 to 30, the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise hosted a two-day virtual meeting to present accomplishments of the ministry and were plans that will guide the ministry over the course of the next 12 months. Many key stakeholders in the ministry attended a meeting via Zoom or Facebook Live. The first annual general meeting under the new administration was used as a forum for agricultural planning, promotion of local subsistence agriculture, and plans for the marketization and digitization of agriculture in Belize. In the opening ceremony, Minister of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, Honorable Jose Abelardo emphasized the importance of agriculture to Belize's economic well-being and stressed the importance of collaborating with all directorates and partners to achieve all the goals indicated in Plan Belize. The work plans that were presented underscored the vision of the various departments and partner agencies of the ministry. Through the development of these work plans, the ministry devised a collaborative plan to extend its reach and improve Belize's agriculture. These collaborative efforts will also make it possible to offer specialized support to farmers across Belize. The Inter-American Development Bank has reported that Belize spends approximately US $106 million on imported food. The ministry has prioritized local production in an effort to minimize the country's imports and reduce expenditures, which is an excellent and necessary direction the government needs to take. Those at the meeting brought up the issue of better access of locally grown products as a step to achieve Belize's farm-to-table policy. To this end, the ministry and its supporting agencies are supporting the Buy Local campaign through social media ads and by allowing local farmers access to the market. It has developed its own commerce site for farmers to sell produce through the AgriLinks. Through this site, the website agrilinks.bz platform. Excerpts of this article were provided courtesy of the Mandalay newspaper. On April 28, the Statistical Institute of Belize, the SIB, released its report on the Consumer Price Index for the month of March 2021, and in that report it recorded a 1.5% national inflation rate, with the steepest hike being seen in the price of food and non-alcoholic beverages, which rose by 4.3%. The country experienced an overall national inflation rate of 1.5%, reflecting the fact that on average prices for items comprising the basket of goods and services commonly purchased by Belizean households were 1.5% higher than they were in March of last year. The SIB release stated, "It is certainly not good news as it means life in Belize has gotten 1.5% more expensive." The highest price increases were observed in the food and non-alcoholic beverage category, with the price of goods in this category going up an average of 4.2%. Other increases included the price of fresh produce, with the price of some items increasing by 10%, while the price of others increased by as much as 25%. Notable increases were recorded in the prices of lettuce, onions, cabbage, potato, limes, and pineapples. Housing, water, electricity, and gas costs also underwent a 1% increase. The overall increase was the result of rising liquefied petroleum gas, which is LPG prices, which were subject to inflation of 13.5% for the month of March 2021. Prices in the transportation category saw an overall increase of 2.6%, which is mainly due to a 4.4% increase in the price of fuels and lubricants. Specifically, the average price of regular and premium fuel rose by almost $1 when compared to March in 2020. In contrast, prices in restaurants and accommodation services category fell by 10.7%. While the country has been seeing an upward trend in the use of hotel accommodations, the hotel occupancy rates are still a far cry from where they were early in 2020. The SIB release notes, and we quote, "Hotel accommodation rates in particular were more than 25% lower than they were in March of last year. This decrease was, however, partially offset by a 1.3% increase in food and beverages services, as higher prices for restaurant services were observed for the month." End quote. It's getting expensive to live in San Ignacio and Santa Elena, which experienced the highest inflation rate over the period at 1.9% increase. The release stated, quote, "Consumers in these towns saw above average increases in prices for various food items, LPG and personal hygiene products. On the other hand, Corazal Town recorded the lowest inflation rate of only 0.08%. We'll now take a break and look at the weather forecast. We'll be right back. The families of 45-year-old Michelle Kimberly Martinez and 32-year-old Alex Guzman are still searching for their loved ones. Yesterday, we told you that this mother of 3 and the father of 4 had gone missing. Michelle Martinez has been missing since the 17th of April. She was last seen in Corazon Town, where she resides. Alex Guzman, who disappeared on the 1st of May, had been staying at a campsite near a Spanish lookout location. Both families have had search parties looking for their loved ones. Martinez's family is offering a $2,000 reward for anyone that can assist in finding her. If you have any information that can help in locating Martinez, you can call 626-7200, and if you can't help to find Alex Guzman, please call 614-5668. Last week, Friday, the former Governor General, Sir Colville Young, officially retired after serving the country as the head of state for almost 30 years. And as he was leaving office, a new representative for the Queen in Belize was being officially chosen. Froila Salam was designated the new Governor General of Belize. According to reports, Buckingham Palace approved Salam's appointment recently. She will complete her transition from the NGO in the South, Satim, to being the Crown's representative here in Belize. Congratulations to the new Governor General, Madam Froila Salam, on her appointment to office. For any contributions, comments, concerns, 822 News can be reached through maxstudiobelize@gmail.com or cell number 635-1240. We remind you to stand up and speak truth, Belize. Until we see you again, goodbye and take care.